This video is going to be a great challenge because the whole thing has angered me, and when I'm angry I'm typically abrupt or blunt or say things that might offend the next person. And so for this reason I am again pre-recording to avoid such issues from interfering with my overall message. Let's start with what angered me first.
Okay, let me ask you a question. When is April Fool's Day? When is April Fool's Day? And what happens on April Fool's Day? What happens on April Fool's Day is that you try to fool people. And you've all got a friend, haven't you? You've all got a friend that you can pull an April Fool's joke on a certain friend every year, and they believe it. They fall for it every year. Oh, Jimmy, April Fool, every year he falls for the same trick. Well, along with April Fool's Day is May the 3rd day, which is the day Iammadelinemccann McCann went missing in 2007, 3rd of May. And they're clever. They don't have April Fool's Day. They don't have April Fool's. They don't have a Maddie Day. They sneak in Maddie's April Fool thing. Every year they sneak it in. And every year they fall for it. And every year my friends and my people send me emails. Have you seen this about Maddie? Have you seen this about Maddie? They got this German paedophile. He killed her. That's last year. And I have to sit here every year on this May Day, Fool's Day, and tell you that the latest suspect is not whatever it's supposed to be. It's a distraction every year, so you look the other way. Now, let's have a look at the latest one. I haven't seen this. I might start laughing. Excuse me if I laugh. I haven't seen this. Here's news. This year's May Day McCann is this.
Girl disappearing in Portugal. Now a woman is claiming on social media she is the missing British toddler Madeleine McCann. We have a picture of who claims to be a 21-year-old Julia Faustina of Poland. She became wildly popular on social media this month when she started posting on Instagram under the handle Iammadelinemccann. But is this a solved mystery, or is this an imposter? Let's bring in forensic psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Bober. Dr. Bober, thank you for being with me right now. McCann's parents really, they want her to take the DNA test, it sounds like, versus them providing her with any data. First, what are the chances that something like this could actually happen?
Well, listen, most things are possible, right?
Here's the trick, guys. This is the trick, right? What we say to the McCanns is, and this is what's already been said, and this is how we trap them, right? Well, if you don't think this girl is Madeleine McCann, give us Maddie's DNA. What? What did you say? Well, if it's this girl essentially Madeleine McCann, can you give her lawyer Maddie's DNA? What? They don't give Maddie's DNA to anyone, right? So they will say, you test her, send us the results, and we'll tell you if it's Maddie, okay? They're scared stiff. This particular May Day, April Fool, could bite them in the bum.
With all due respect, Mr. Blue, sometimes people disagree with you not because there's a conspiracy against you, but because you can also be abrupt, blunt, and/or offensive. I'd like to take this opportunity to explain in further detail. Whether you hear me out or not is up to you, but I promise I'm trying to be helpful. If not to you, then this poor girl that you have targeted. The odd thing is, Mr. Blue, when I hear something, I make a genuine effort to research it first before making public comments about it, which is exactly what I did here. Before we get into what she actually said and when, allow me, as a parent and grandparent, to school you about a very common psychiatric phenomena that typically occurs in the mid to late teens called identity crisis. This phenomena can also happen later in life, commonly called midlife crisis, so nobody is really immune, including you and I, Mr. Blue. So, let's start with what an identity crisis actually is. According to Medical News Today, an identity crisis is a phase many people go through when they question or reassess who they are. A search for identity is common during the teenage years, but people may also reassess their lives after a major life event, such as retirement. Psychoanalyst and psychologist Erik Erikson developed the concept of the identity crisis to characterize the experimentation and identity development phase that people experience during their teen years. The period of identity crisis happens during the 5th stage of Erikson's stage of development. During the crisis, a person experiments with different roles and identities. At the end of this stage of development, a person either resolves the crisis and has a firm identity or has identity confusion. In Erik's theory, an identity crisis is a normal, predictable part of healthy development. So you see, Mr. Blue, it's called a crisis because it generally doesn't fit any typical theory. It's a culmination of personal experience and learned adaptation, sometimes to trauma. Your personal theory has nothing to do with it. Now let's turn to how experts suggest we should deal with this type of trauma. Just a quick Google search, first result is to a Hammond psychology. I'm sure that most psychologists are going to say the same thing. But just to give an example, it says start having a teen look inward to discover what they like or don't like. It appears that, Julia is going to therapy and is doing this inward discovery. And it's obviously not because her parents have encouraged it, which this particular article is sort of saying, should have been done earlier in her life. It says ask questions instead of making demands, which the entire internet seems to be doing at the moment, is making demands. Very few are actually asking questions and waiting for an answer. And the last point is don't pass judgment if you don't agree. This, Mr. Blue, is where I would like to pull you up. Julia has made it abundantly clear, had you listened to her, that she is suffering from such a crisis. Now, let me draw your attention to a possible cause for this situation that she finds herself in.
I heard from my grandma that... Sorry, I'm stressed. My English is bad now because I'm stressed. My grandma said that she thinks that my parents and my family, my mother, my family, knew about my hurt from pedophile. And I don't know how to say that. I just talked with my mother. And I realized that I know that she's not my mother, but I still love her. And she told me about the hospital, about that I'm crazy, that I have 5 minutes to delay it, but I still love her. I grew up with her. I don't know who I am. I don't know, maybe I'm not many. But I just feel really bad because I love her and my dad too. And I'm not a liar. I tell the truth. I tell what I know, what I think. And that's all. That's all. No, I'm not trying to get attention. Even if I'm not Maddie, I could be another girl maybe, but I believe that I'm Maddie. And I believe that my parents are not my parents. You say something like that? Why there is so much hate? I didn't do anything to you. Why do you hate me a lot? Why? I can't stand it. Bye. I'm waiting for people. I want to say something about comments in Polish on Facebook and about my past. Maybe it will help me too. After sexually abuse, after my sexual abuse, I started to be a whore, and it's true what this girl said a little, but it's not completely. When I started, when I turned 12 or 13, I can't remember, I started to meeting with older men because I was used to being sexually abused, and specialist said that it's normal in sexual abuse victims. That it's normal that I was trying to find someone who will hurt me again, but sexually, and it's very hard to me for me to tell about it.
Now, I'm hoping I don't have to further school you on how childhood trauma can lead to late evolutions of things like maturity and formation of identity. I'll assume at this point you're smart enough to know, or at least have Googled, that SA, I'm not going to say the actual words because it's YouTube, SA is exactly the type of trauma that might delay typical personality development. The rest of this video is for those who don't have access to Instagram to hear what Julia is actually saying in her own words, and not the interpretation of some mindless idiot from mainstream media or on the internet who didn't really listen long enough or hard enough to honestly portray what she has said. And just in case her accent causes some confusion, I will replay the important things she says a few times over. And stay tuned, Mr. Blue, because I have one last message for you at the end.
I make this live because I want to prove that I'm real and I'm honest, and I really think that I could be Madeline. I have some reasons to think like that, as I wrote, and I never have 100 people alive. Oh God, I'm very, very stressed. I don't know what can I say really, but I'm really thank you for your support, for your help, and I hope that someone will talk to me and will help me. And even if I'm not Madeline, I think that police should look at this, and I can't be 100% sure without DNA tests, you know. I can't be 100% sure without DNA tests, you know. And thank you so much. I don't know what can I say. I'm very stressed, sad. It was a hard day, and I can sing you something. No, I try to chill, but it's really a stressful day. But I love singing. Madeline loved too, as I read. Okay. Oh God, how many people? I'm really thankful. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, guys. I'm really stressed, and I don't wanna stress myself more. But I hope that you see that I'm real, and that is verification. I proved that I'm real. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, guys, I'm very stressed, but I decided to go live again because, okay, I'm stressed, but you need to have proof that I'm real. And I will go to bathroom to show you in better light my eye. I'm very, very stressed, but I know that you need proof. Okay, I hope can see. I hope you can see a little, but it's bad quality in phone. I live with my boyfriend now, and okay. I'm according to documents, I'm 21 years old, but I think personally, I think that when someone kidnap a child, he or she probably change his ID, personality, and according to documents, I'm 21 years old, but I think personally, I think that when someone kidnap a child, he or she probably change his ID, personality, and yes, I have spot on leg. I have even 2 spots. I will show you 1 second. Okay, so the first one is here. The second one is here. Okay. Okay, so I hope you believe me. When did I start thinking about the Madeline? A few months ago. It was something like that. I heard from my grandma that. Sorry, I'm stressed. My English is bad now because I'm stressed. My grandma said that she thinks that my parents and my family, I mean my mother, my family, knew about my hurt from pedophile, and I don't know how to say that. I tried to get a copy of my birth certificate, and but by phone. Person told me everything by phone, and it was weird. So I decided to don't go there because it's weird that person from government told me by phone my informations. Okay, I went to make the DNA test, but police don't want to help me. You know. I tried to contact with Jerry and Kate, but it's really hard. I called to hospital where they probably work, but a person who I talked with told me that it's impossible to talk with them, and I should call to press communication team from hospital, something like that. And that's all. I talked with Interpol. They told me that I should go to local police. I called to Operation Grange. They told me that investigation will close soon. Is closing. I called Met Police. They told me that I should go to local police. I called to local police. Local police told me that I should go to Warsaw, is capital city in my country, to main police office, and I called them too, but I can't tell what they said because Polish officer from police told me that I have to receive to myself. Date of birth 20th August 2001, but I believe that abductor could change ID of person who he abused. No. Date of birth 20th August 2001, but I believe that abductor could change ID of person who he abused. No. Parents, what have your parents told you? My parents, okay, my dad told me when I asked him about, are you my dad? He told me, yes, 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 and one moment ago, even if I'm not your dad, will it change anything? Even if I'm not your dad, will it change anything? Or no, I think it will change nothing. He told me something like that. My mother was mad at me and didn't want to answer for my question, and then laughed at me, and that's all. No, I don't have baby pictures. I think now I can't post my parents' pictures, but some people say that I'm a little similar to my dad, but not to mother, and more of them say that I'm not similar to my dad. So I can't say, and I can't post their pictures. I hope you understand. It's private. I went to school, and the earliest memory, I have post-traumatic amnesia, and I only remember some single memories from my childhood till 13 years old. And the earliest memory is something like holidays. I don't know where it was, but it was beach there, a white hotel or very light color. It was sea or ocean, and it was something like little river across the beach. And sorry, I'm very stressed. Very stressed. Sorry, 1 second. It was something like small, little line river on beach, and there were turtles, and children played with turtles. I mean, try to get them on hands, and I don't remember more. I remember only this, and this is my earliest memory. I try to do it because I know I want you to believe me, because I'm honest and I am not liar. People told me that they can give me money for DNA tests, and I answer to every person that I don't want their money, because I don't want to make people think that I'm liar. Okay, thank you so much. If you can help me or write, or you have questions, thank you, and bye. I am very stressed, sorry. Okay, you asked me for this live again. I'm very tired. I didn't sleep last night. But I want to explain and ask for your questions. I live with my boyfriend now. Yes, I'm okay. No, I didn't see my baby picture. I wasn't I wasn't closed, so I had even normal life. No, I didn't see my baby picture. I wasn't I wasn't closed, so I had even normal life. And yes, I want to DNA. That's why I need to contact with police. I need to make police react with parents. Yes, I have step siblings from my dad. Because I don't have finance for DNA and police don't want to help me, that's why. I don't say that I'm 100% Madeleine McCann because it's only DNA tests can say. So I don't say that I'm 100% Madeleine McCann because it's only DNA tests can say. So I believe in this, but I can't say in 100%. But my situation now is really bad. I mean, I have problems with panic attacks. I have problems with depression and PTSD, and I cry a lot. That's all. Why do you laugh at me? I don't know if I would have a relationship with them. I don't know if I'm Madeleine. Maybe I'm not. Don't laugh at me, please. Yes, I would like to see my cats if they were my parents. Maybe I have similar nose, I don't know. I'm in Poland. I have to say that I don't know if I'm Madeleine, but if I am Madeleine, I don't know what would be better. I don't know. No, I don't have baby pictures. The earlier picture that I have is from Facebook and from this Instagram. I didn't see my birth certificate, but I think that I have birth certificate, but faked. But I don't know. I never see that. But I have passport, so it should be like something I think my mother had my birth certificate, but fake. I live with boyfriend now. I don't know. I'm here to know the truth, and I don't know my past. And as I said, I don't know if I'm Madeleine or no. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Okay, I'm very stressed and hate comments not help. As I said, maybe I'm not her, but maybe I'm her. I don't have 100%. You can see my eye on pictures and on last life. It's on page on Instagram. I don't know if I'm Madeleine. Yes. Yes, I contact Met Police. I try to answer, but it's hard, really. No, I don't need help. I really need help only with contact with McCanns. Maybe. I'm fatter because I take medicines for depression, so it's normal. My boyfriend thinks something like, my boyfriend says that he believes me and he thinks the same. I don't want to take money from people because I don't want to make people thinking that I'm liar. I'm not liar. Yes, I post pictures on my Instagram. Maybe I'm not Madeline. I'm not telling that I'm Madeline. I think that I can be Madeline and I truly believe in this, but I can't have 100% sure because I didn't take DNA tests. Can you stop laughing at me? I live with my boyfriend now. He thinks the same like me. Guys, I just want to know the truth. I'm not fake. I created this account because one person gave me this advice that maybe it will help me to contact with McCanns. And that's all. Wiem, ale no. Nie wiedziałam, a zresztą może nawet lepiej. I'm waiting for people. I want to say something about comments in Polish on Facebook and about my past. Maybe it will help me too. After sexually abuse, after my sexual abuse, I started to be a whore, and it's true what this girl said a little, but it's not completely. When I started, when I turned 12 or 13, I can't remember, I started to meeting with older men because I was used to being sexually abused, and specialist said that it's normal in sexual abuse victims. That it's normal that I was trying to find someone who will hurt me again, but sexually, and it's very hard to me for me to tell about it. But I have to because one girl found out about it, and I want to be honest. I was a whore. I mean, I was someone who, because of trauma, yes, specialists said that I was doing because of trauma, and it's approved. I can take opinion from them, but it took some days. I tried to take another girls too, because I was something like, oh, okay, so I'm doing this. Maybe I will help another girls too, and it was very, very, very unresponsible, and it was only on my mind that I never hurt anyone, and I never take girls to do what I do. And that was a horror. Yes, I know it. I know that I was stupid horror, but it's about trauma. It's because of trauma. Not every victim of trauma, victim of sexual abuse, not every person who experienced it will be afraid of massage or something like that. And that's all. I wanted to say that I was a bad person, but I wasn't a person who hurt somebody. I was hurt myself. I did it to myself. I was something like a person who was used to hurt myself, and I punished myself, and that's all. And then when I started to be a horror, I started to being a horror and again a horror, and I know that I'm horror. I will never be anyone who is a person who is not horror. I know this is my fatum, but what I said, I truly believe that I can be Iammadelinemccann, and this information didn't change that I think that I can be Madeleine. And I know that Polish people found my post on Facebook about looking for models to OnlyFans, but it was only impulse. I didn't do it. I didn't delete it even, so if I would like to do it really, I would delete this post. I didn't do it because it wasn't something that I wanted to do. And that's all. And thank you so much. And bye. I need to. I'm back, and I had to check the person who talked to me that I can go live on his side. I can't find his page now. Live. Sorry. I called the police. According to documents, I'm 21 years old. I can tell you my story, but I don't remember everything, and I can wait for questions, but I prefer to not reading questions and tell you my story. But you can choose. I can answer the questions, and next it's a bad light now. It's really faded, and I will show you tomorrow on the daylight, sunlight. Okay. Not now, because you can't see this now, because it's very faded, and it's not like Madeleine real. I mean, it's not like Madeleine eye. It looks like that, but it's not. It's too faded. It's a little different. And guys, I don't say that I am Madeleine 100%. I'm just trying to know the truth. I need DNA test to be sure if I'm Madeleine or if I'm not Madeleine. It's not something like I am Madeleine and that's all. I don't know it. I believe in it, but I don't know it. Yes, that's why I need DNA test. That's why I created this social media. I tried to, okay, have you had any responses yet? I hope they start to listen to you soon. I will answer for this question. And I have to tell that I'm stressed, so. Some people talk to me, reporters, and one famous actor, probably. I know his full name, but I don't know. If he is actor or who. he would like to talk with me, and one investigative journalist would like to talk with me. And another question, Madeleine would be 19, not 21. Okay, but no, I don't have pictures or 3-4 years old. I didn't see it. I asked my parents for these pictures, and it was like, I will show you later, I will show you tomorrow, I will show you someday. Okay, another question. If you're comfortable, what is your earliest memory, and can you describe these nightmares? It's a good question. It's a good question. I will ask for this question. First, my earliest memory, and I have to say that I don't know if this is a memory from Portugal. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's from another holidays or something like that. But this is my earliest memory, and this memory is. I will tell you. It's a beach and sea or ocean. On the beach, there were something like little river, but it's line river. I think that in English it seems like bay, something like that, little bay, and there were turtles. There were turtles, and it was something like children tried to get turtles, little turtles on their hands, and I remember white buildings. I don't remember if it was like on picture from internet, like these apartments, but I remember white or very light colored buildings. I remember music show, a little music show, woman in a bar or something like that. Woman were wearing women were wearing something like a dress, but it was like, I don't know this word, like every country has a dress, co? Dress, w sensie nie. Chodzi mi o to, że każdy kraj ma strój ludowy. Folk dress? Folk wearing? I don't know. Folk clothes? Okay, never mind. There were the same dresses, and there were men in black. I mean, it was like performance on bar, but I don't know where it was, and I can't be sure. I can't be sure that is from there, and I don't know even if I'm Madeleine.
So you see, Mr. Blue, this is not an April Fool's joke at all, and Julia has not said she is or is not Madeleine McCann. She has simply stated that she's going through an identity crisis, the reason she believes that is so, i.e. childhood trauma, the reasons she believes she may not be who her parents say she is, and that she would like a DNA test to establish if she is or is not Madeleine McCann. Whatever your theories about the McCann case may be, this is a young girl suffering from a mental crisis due to childhood trauma, and your feelings have nothing to do with Julia. She is simply asking for a DNA test so she can move forward and beyond this terribly confusing and frustrating time in her life. Learning who she really is as a personality development is the key to her recovery process, regardless who she really is by DNA. For someone who has been the recipient, as you say, of much online hatred and trolling, I'd think you'd have a lot more empathy for a young lady who isn't quite in her right mind at the moment and needs support, not more of what you get directed at you online. I would suggest empathy is the answer here, not ridicule or personal reflections of your own experiences and theories. Have a heart, Mr. Blue.